Now, it's time for me to deliver the no-half-step in hockey coverage, so let's get to the goods. It's operation number 688 for the Renegades of Puck. That's right, show number 688 over 11-plus years. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 6th place in the Central Division. 28 games played. The record of 12-12-4 is even at 500. 28 points, though, has them 1 point behind 5th place St. Louis, 4 points behind their next opponent, the Colorado Avalanche, 6 points behind 3rd place Minnesota, 11 points out of 2nd, and that would be the Winnipeg Jets, and 13 points behind the Dallas Stars for 1st place overall in the Central Division. Now, the Nashville Predators sliding into the bottom 3 currently find themselves only 6 points ahead of the Arizona Coyotes and 10 points ahead of the Chicago Blackhawks. On the road, the Nashville Predators have a record of 5-7-2. They've only scored 71 goals on the season. They've given up 87. They have a goal differential of -16. Now, for the Colorado Avalanche, they have a record of 15-11-2, 32 points. Again, 4 points ahead of the Nashville Predators, 4th place in the Central Division. A home record of 6-5-2, 87 goals scored on the season, 80 goals against, a +7 goal differential. Not quite the dynamic offense that the Colorado Avalanche featured last season, but still lethal in virtually any moment. Now, for the Nashville Predators, they've lost 5 straight, only picking up 2 out of a possible 10 points in those 5 games. And frankly, they are sliding in the standings and sliding into trouble here before it's even Christmas. For the Nashville Predators, once they wrap up this game in Colorado, they will be back home for a 1-game homestand against the Edmonton Oilers, and oh boy, that looks like it's going to be a good time for the home crowd. After that, the Preds will be in Chicago on Wednesday, and then going into the Christmas break on the 23rd, facing off against the same Colorado Avalanche team at Bridgestone Arena. Coming up on December the 27th, the Nashville Predators after Christmas will face off against the Dallas Stars for the first time since that early season back-to-back. And then on December the 30th, the Nashville Predators will take on the Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim. Taking a look at the season series between these two teams, they've met 1 time before. They'll meet 2 times after this. The previous meeting took place on November the 10th. The Nashville Predators lost the Colorado Avalanche 5-3 in Denver. Rantanen with 2 goals and assists for 3 points led the team in scoring in that game. O'Connor had 2 goals. McKinnon had 2 assists. Lankinen for the Nashville Predators took the loss, going 30 out of 35. These two teams will meet again before the end of the month, 12/23 here in Nashville. And then the last game of the season for the Nashville Predators is a makeup game. That will take place on April the 14th versus the Colorado Avalanche at Bridgestone Arena. Of course, that is a makeup game from when the water main broke and they had to cancel or postpone that game for the brief time. The injuries for the Nashville Predators are definitely an issue. Luzon, McDonough, Carey, Borowiecki all out of the lineup. I put them in the order that they could and should be returning to action. Luzon could be back any game now. McDonough could be just after the beginning of the new calendar year. Alex Carey, we do not know a time frame on him. Neither do we on Mark Borowiecki. But injuries on the defense corps, definitely a problem for this Nashville Predators team right now. Taking a look at the Colorado Avalanche and their most recent stretch of play, we'll go back just 5 games. It was December the 7th, and they scored a 4-0 loss versus the Boston Bruins. On the 9th, it was a 2-1 shootout loss versus the New York Rangers. On the 11th, a 3-2 overtime win at St. Louis. On the 13th of December, it was a 3-2 win versus Philadelphia. And on the 15th, their most recent game was a 4-2 loss versus the Buffalo Sabres. Taking a look at the rankings between these two teams, and you may be surprised the Nashville Predators are actually competitive in some of these statistical metrics against Colorado. And we all know last year, these teams were not close in virtually anything. Goals for the Nashville Predators, 2.46 per game is putrid. It's 29th in the NHL, but you might be surprised to know that there are only 9 spots behind the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche offense generating 3.04 goals per game is 20th in the NHL, not as high-powered as it has been in the last couple of years. Goals against, the Colorado Avalanche are giving up 2.82 per game. That is 10th in the NHL. The Nashville Predators are giving up 3.07. That is 17th in the NHL. Shots on goal. Now Colorado is generating 32.7 shots on net per game. That is 8th best in the NHL, while the Preds are only generating 29.9 shots per game. That is 24th best in the NHL. In the shots against category, Colorado gives up 32.5 against per game on their own net. That's 21st best in the NHL, while the Preds are 27th in this category, giving up 33.2. Now, when it comes to special teams, the power play for the Colorado Avalanche is still, of course, a highly skilled and highly superb unit. 4th overall in the NHL, 27 conversions on 98 opportunities, 27.6%, while the Preds power play, well, 30th, damn near last in the NHL, only converting 15 times this season on 102 opportunities, 14.7%. Now, the penalty kill for the Preds is 19th, and that is better and more respectable. 77.6% on the kill rate puts them at 19th in the NHL. They've given up 22 power play goals against. The Colorado Avalanche have also given up 22 power play goals against. They're also at 19th, tied with the Nashville Predators at 77.6%. When it comes to individual statistics, of course, the Colorado Avalanche have plenty of high-skilled individuals, but every team in the NHL does. Let's run down the top 5 scorers for each of these teams. Rantanen with 20 goals already on the season, 17 assists, 37 points. McKinnon has 8 goals and 26 assists, 34 points. Makar 6 and 20 for 26. Lehkonen 8 and 13 for 21. And Taves 2 and 15 for 17. Now, when it comes to the Colorado Avalanche, this forward grouping and the defensemen in this top 5 scorers, they're all players that thrive against this Nashville Predators team, and obviously they did last year in the playoffs in the 4-game sweep of the Nashville Predators, and they have been absolutely able to feast against the Nashville Predators, similar to the way the Edmonton Oilers' top players have been able to in the last couple of years. This is not projecting or predicting to be a very good game for the Nashville Predators against Colorado Avalanche. They just have matchup problems similar to the way they do against the Edmonton Oilers. It just happens to be a scheduling quirk that they're playing 2 teams that they have the same issues against very, very close together right here. Georgiev, 11-6-2 in net for the Colorado Avalanche and 9.18 save percentage, 2.67 goals against average. Really good, solid numbers there for his first year as the starting goaltender of the Colorado Avalanche after being the backup netminder for the New York Rangers for the previous couple of seasons. Taking a look at the Nashville Predators statistics, Forsberg's 9 goals and 16 assists for 25 points. Roman Josi at 6 and 17 for 23. Matt Duchene has 6 goals and 16 assists for 22 points. Mikael Granlund, after last night, has 4 goals and 15 assists for 19 points. Ryan Johansson's at 8 and 8 for 16, and UC Saros in net maintains a winning record at 9, 8, and 4, has a 9-10 save percentage, which is actually quite good, and a 2.88 goals against average. His numbers overall are improving, and good goaltending right now is the only reason that the Nashville Predators are staying in these games. You look at the finals, you look at the tallies, you look at the totals. When the Nashville Predators have been able to gain a point in these last couple of games in overtime losses, it was simply because UC Saros was able to keep them in this game, and he's putting up some pretty good numbers at this point in time. That gets you all set up for the Nashville Predators against Colorado Avalanche. It's not looking like it's going to be a pretty night for the Nashville Predators, but you don't just lay the rosters down at center ice and declare a winner based on the stats. You got to go out there and play a full 60 on any given night. Any team can secure a victory, and the Nashville Predators sure could use some type of positive momentum, any type of positive momentum as they're getting set to head here into the Christmas break. Just 4 games to go before heading into the Christmas break. So the Nashville Predators need to break this losing streak, need to find some positive momentum, and need to get things going in the right direction, or else it's going to be a very dark holiday period here in the Nashville area for the Predators fan base. Rebirth Sports, check out their work